I put you on the wrong tab. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Welcome to Marketing Outreach, What Works, and we're very pleased to be part of the Ontario Online Community of Practice webinar series. And I'm Andrea Dickinson, Executive Director of Tri-County Literacy Network, and we were working on a project, Learning to Earning, Enhancing Connections and Referral Pathways in 2014-2015, and this webinar will give us an opportunity to share a lot of information with you about it. So as far as the agenda, welcome introductions, development of the project. We'll talk about the evaluation results, outcomes of the project, some recommendations and questions. I thought a nice way to start this session would be to give you an opportunity to see one of the 4 videos. Now, the one that you're going to see is Stefan's story, and it's 30 seconds, so it's one of the shorter ones out of the 4 that we developed, and it's actually some clips out of the longer one. But it'll just give you a little bit of a taste without it being too lengthy. And thank you, of course, to our funder, Employment Ontario, and this was an SDNDF project 2014-2015. So next we will show you the video. And Sarah, I don't know if anyone are Mac users. Maybe if you want to ask people about that.
Thank you, Andrea. I was going to put a note in the text chat. If you are a Mac user, we will send you the links to the videos, because what will happen is that the videos won't be playing within this SABA meeting environment, so that you can play it on your own media player when it's convenient for you. But as Andrea says, this is only going to be about 30 seconds, so we hope you'll bear with us. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah, and I will go into the video and play.
I'll be honest, high school was not a good experience for me. I was frustrated and I looked for the first way I'd get out, and I swore I'd never come back. Meeting my teacher changed everything. She showed me that she was easy to talk to, that it was going to be nothing like high school. The classes were small. I want to get my grade 12 so I can get a decent job, and I know I can get there now. You can do it. There's no cost, there's no risk. Skills upgrading. A brighter future is just a short time away. I'll be honest, high school was not a good experience for me.
So I hope you had the opportunity to see that video, and I see some people need me to speak up a little bit louder, so I hope this sound is better. If you can just click on the yes button, the green check mark, and let me know if the sound is better. Okay. Okay, that's good. That looks pretty good. Okay, so as far as the development of the video, there was a need that was identified by Tri-County Literacy Network and Literacy Link South Central, and we both found that use of video resource to showcase how and why literacy can be part of one's future success was important. And I think it comes down to the fact that people often find visual resources very helpful to understand things. So we wanted to take that approach, a little bit of a different approach. And I was curious to find out whether this is the case in your area as well. So we'd like to open it up to a poll of the audience, and you'll be asked to vote. And I'll just turn that over to Sarah.
All right, thank you. Here is our question. If you have identified a need for videos to market your program, we hope you'll let us know. Just waiting for votes from everyone. We're just about there. Just a few more of you to vote. 4 more people. Can you click on yes or no? and we're looking at you to click right on this main screen, just to the right of where all the names are. All right, and Andrea, we can show the results. There you go, Andrea, over to you.
Great, thanks, Sarah. Sarah, can I get back into the presentation again, please?
Yeah, you can just click the arrow to the right, Andrea, and it'll go right ahead.
Oh, sorry, thank you.
You're welcome.
So that was interesting. So the majority of people see that this would be something that there's a need for in your community, and for some of you, maybe you're just curious to find out what the possibilities are. So the target audiences that we had in the development of the project were service providers, in particular Ontario Works and Employment Services, and clients, in particular individuals on social assistance and at-risk youth, and apprentices. And as far as the activities, of course, to develop a steering committee and hire consultants and contractors, then to review the outcomes and work plan, implement a literature review, hold focus groups, produce videos, launch and promote videos, evaluate the videos, and the project. And thank you to our steering committee. We had Chatham-Kent Employment and Social Services, and they brought with them, of course, expertise on people on social assistance. And also, when you are working on any project, it's very important to improve your partnership with your target audience by involving them in the project. So since we're trying to reach out to Ontario Works staff, it only makes sense to have them involved on the steering committee. Literacy Link South Central, we partnered with our neighboring regional network. They have expertise in youth. They had done a number of projects in that area, expertise in other areas as well, of course, but youth was an area that was very strong for this project. St. Clair College in Windsor, we had an individual who's connected with apprenticeship, of course had expertise as far as apprentices and working with employers, so that was very critical as well. For our consultants, contractors, we had Foster Visuals involved for the video production and editing. They've done work internationally. They're well recognized in the field, very good quality work, and as it so happened in our region, so that worked out very well. Hub Creative Group also in our region. They assisted with focus group facilitation and messaging for the videos. And Mischievous Cat Productions Inc. helped with the literature review and with the evaluation. So we have the overall outcomes that we were working to achieve. Increased awareness of the connection between learning and employment for service providers and clients, increased understanding of LBS and how it supports client goals for service providers and clients, enhanced connections and referral pathways between ministry programs, and of course that was a very important part of the project, and assisting clients from vulnerable populations, and by that we were looking at people on social assistance and at-risk youth and apprentices to prepare for their future success. So in the initial stages, there was the development of the literature review, and we wanted to use that to gather some recommendations of how we should go about developing the video. You know, we didn't want to just go out there and shoot the videos. We wanted a basis to make it appropriate with what we were aiming for. And recommendations included be clear on the purpose and target audience, talk to the target audiences, include include non-LBS users, current and former LBS learners in the focus groups to pre-test the video, and that should not say contact, it should say content, with the target audience. Minimize use the word of literacy, which I think anyone in literacy is aware of that one. Call youth adult 19 to 29 versus youth, so that was actually in the literature review, so that was interesting too. Include people with lived experience in the videos, and that was very critical. Keep videos short. It seems that as a society our attention span has decreased, so important to keep it short, not too long. Demonstrate the link between literacy and employment. Use multiple channels to market, and of course be innovative. So those were the critical things that we learned that we tried to incorporate into the videos. So for the focus groups, we included service providers. We had a good cross-section of representatives from LBS, ESOW, and apprenticeship. Clients, also a good cross-section of clients, including individuals receiving social assistance, youth, and apprentices, all having varying experiences with the LBS sector. And then based on the focus group input, we learned we needed 2 separate videos. So that was something we didn't know before we got involved in getting input on the video and how to go about it. So that was very helpful. So basically, we learned we needed one that focused on the vulnerable population, so focus on social assistance and at-risk youth, and that turned into our Real People, Real Stories video. And one focused on apprentices or potential apprentices, and that turned into the Preparing for Apprenticeship video. Now, in the Real People, Real Stories, we wanted to make it complete and show actually all 5 goal paths. So we did include apprenticeship as well. And then from the focus groups, we also learned some key messages. Now, we did get key messaging for each of the videos. So this one is for the vulnerable populations videos, the Real People, Real Stories, but there is also messaging that we received for the apprenticeship one that's in the final report. They're quite similar, but I thought I'll just focus on the one for now. So the feedback that we heard, and of course this was from the service providers and clients, said showcase our great instructors, the fact that it's a comfortable learning environment, it has flexible hours, it's tailored, that it's nothing like high school, learners are motivated to learn, it builds confidence, work at your own pace, you learn about using computers, it helps you refresh your skills. Helps you prepare for your next steps. You can work one-to-one, small group, large group, classroom, so showing the different environments that are possible, prepares you for credit, post-secondary employment, apprenticeship independence, improves the quality of your life and your family's life. So that was brought out too, which I thought was good. Helps you prepare so you can get a variety of different jobs. So they wanted us to show, a variety of routes that people were on. Service providers work together to support you. Referral partners see it helps clients reach their goals. Helps prepare you for apprenticeship, and in apprenticeship you can earn an income, helps you with digital technology, computer sciences, math, English. You can do it. There's no risk of failure, and that was a good point that came out. Transportation and childcare may be available. Short time for preparing for a better future. There is hope. You can learn at any age and stage. A call to action where to get more information at the end, and of course be positive, uplifting, and engaging. So a tall order, as you can see, based on the feedback we got from the focus groups of all the different messaging that they were hoping could be contained in the video, and keep it short. So we had clients involved because the recommendation was to have people with lived experience in the program. And we were very fortunate to have our heroes involved with a variety of ages, gender, nationalities, socioeconomic levels, family situations, stages of learning, types of employment, different LBS programs, different success stories, and also to show people have overcome challenges and struggles. In the end, we had 9 heroes involved in the video. We also had 3 LBS service providers, 1 ES service provider, 1 OW service provider. We had 1 employer involved in the preparing for apprenticeship video, so that was terrific. We had a number of other participants involved in some of the background scenes, and releases were signed by everyone. And these are the terrific people, the key people involved in the video. They did a great job, and this turned into the cover page for our final report. And of course, a special thanks to all the learners, participants, and programs involved in making the Learning to Earning videos possible. And in developing the video, we wanted everything to be authentic, that it was based on people's real stories. So in preparation, when we spoke to our heroes, we asked them questions. And this is just a sample of some of the sort of questions that we asked. What brought you to adult upgrading? What were some of the barriers, challenges for you? How did you overcome them? Were family and friends supportive to you? How did adult upgrading help you? What was your experience of adult upgrading like? Would you recommend it to others? And one that we found really good, really helpful was, what are your future plans? And as a result, we developed 4 videos. We had one very intense week of video production in the Tri-County region and the Literacy Link South Central region. And we were everywhere, filming everyone that needed to be involved. And then after that, there was the editing, and a lot of work in the editing, and things that you sometimes don't think about, like having to choose the music, make sure the wording on the screen and the images look good. And of course, there's the subtitling that we wanted to have in there too. So the Learning to Earning Real People, Real Stories is the longest one, about 5 minutes. Preparing for apprenticeships, about 3 minutes. And then what we did, and I guess, you know, this is maybe a little bit of the innovation piece too, was to just edit some pieces out of those other videos to create the shorter 30-second ones that then could be used for social media or PSAs. So Stefan's story and the music video are each 30 seconds. And then, of course, there's the final report, which includes the literature review and USB of the videos. So again, we're going to have another poll and question just to ask for your input and get some feedback on your use of videos to promote your programs. So I'll turn that over to you, Sarah.
Thanks, Andrea. So if you have used videos to promote your programs, and we can see Sarah Gill made a comment that Adult Basic Education Association has used videos to showcase essential skills needed in 5 jobs. They've been very well received. Thanks, Sarah, for that comment. And just waiting for you to click on the screen, the main screen we're looking at called the media window, just to the right of our names. So it looks like this one's going to be a little bit closer than our last one, Andrea. I'm going to show you the results we have, and it's evenly split here this morning. Go ahead, Andrea.
Great, thanks, Sarah. We've got a complete even split, 50-50. Okay, well, that's very interesting. So some folks have used videos and some haven't yet. So this is a good opportunity, maybe at the end when we have some questions, for there to be some sharing from those who have, and questions maybe from those who haven't. So as far as the development, of course, after the videos were developed, is the launch and the promotion. So we put the videos on the Learning Networks of Ontario website, and it was on the main page during the period of the project. It still is on the Learning Networks of Ontario website. At this point, not on the homepage, but it does still exist there. We have a link to it on our homepage and will indefinitely. And there's about 30 other places that I'm aware of that do have it on their websites, and it can still go onto more websites yet, and we have the link for anyone who would like to use it to that end. So it has been used in a number of different places. It has been used on Facebook. We did have the opportunity to use it with our Cineplex theaters in the Tri-County region. The ministry was kind enough to approve the use of some of the funds that we didn't need for one other purpose to put towards this. So that was a great opportunity as well. We've sent it out electronically by email to people, shared it at meetings, shared it at presentations, including, of course, with Ontario Works, professional development, and through our Getting Connected event and our PD events. We've had LBS, Employment Services, Ontario Works at those events who have also seen it. So it's a great opportunity to share it. And we did send it out, of course, to all the other regional networks and support orgs across the province for them to share as well. And then programs have been using it in different ways as an orientation session, for intake, and this could be either LBS, OW, or ES could be using it in any of these ways for orientation sessions, intake, learning activities, well, I guess that's especially LBS, lobbies and waiting rooms, computer labs, tutor training, and that one's especially LBS. Computer labs, Employment Services have said they've used it that way, and the lobbies, waiting rooms, Ontario Works have said they've used it that way. So a number of different ways that programs can and have been using them. And as far as the evaluation process, the evaluation plan included the following quantitative measures. So the number of people participating in focus groups, the number of clients involved, the number of videos developed, the number of times the videos have been viewed. So that was all gathered during the period of the project. The evaluation plan include the following qualitative measures. So the percentage of those viewing the videos reported an increased awareness of the connection between learning and employment, percentage of those viewing the videos reporting an increased understanding of LBS and how it supports clients' goals. And of course, this all goes back to the outcomes that we want to measure. Percentage of service providers reporting enhanced connections and referral pathways between ministry programs as a result of this project. And the data was collected through a number of methods, including online surveys and workshop evaluations. Next, we'll be having another poll and question, and so Sarah will ask you a new question, and I'll turn it over to.
Thank you, Andrea. If you did use videos to market your program, have they helped you? And we'll just wait for your results. And while we're doing that, Sarah Gill has helped us again by putting the URL for where the videos are posted on the Learning Network site. So have a look at that in the text chat if you'd like. Just waiting for a few more of you to click your answer on the screen. Okay, let's show you the results of this one. Looks like there's a little bit more interest in learning how videos may have helped in marketing a program. Andrea?
Very interesting. So 50% are unsure. So you may have used videos, but you're not sure of the impact that they had. Okay, this is a very good question then. So as far as the evaluation results, so quantitative measures, so the way we determined whether it was having an impact or not, or whether it was helpful or not, was to do some measurements. So the videos reviewed by 113 organizations spanning 11 sectors, YouTube and Facebook, over 2,000 views. And Cineplex, there are many views through that process, over 30,000, and the number of surveys completed over 400. Urals hosting the Learning to Earning videos is 30. USBs with videos distributed with final project report was 175, and that included all the support orgs in Ontario, LBS support orgs. The service providers who watch the videos work in a variety of sectors. So Ontario Works, ODSP, was 52.8%, LBS and academic upgrading 20.4%, employment services 16.4%. So the majority were from Ontario Works, which was primary target, but then we also had the other folks involved as well. And then there were some other sectors too, but that was the top three. So the profile of client learners. So we had clients on the apprenticeship goal path, in upgrading, employment services. They were a number who were youth, who were in receipt of Ontario Works or ODSP. Good mix of male and female, pretty much 50-50 split. So a good mixture of people who were involved. And the majority of individuals who provided feedback on the videos rated all 4 of the videos as good or excellent. And then I've gone with, I guess I could say, probably the most popular, which is the Real People, Real Stories. I think it gives a good overall picture of LBS and the most information. So as far as clients and learners, 93.4% said excellent or good, and 95.8% of service providers said excellent or good, and 100% of the steering committee said excellent. So that's just one of the 4 videos, but in the evaluation it does rate the other videos as well. So it was positive about all of them, but especially this one. Increased awareness of the connection between adult upgrading or literacy and employment. So clients or learners and service providers who viewed the videos were asked to rate the extent to which each video increased their awareness of the connection between adult upgrading or literacy and employment, and the majority reported that it did do that. And for clients and learners, it was even more so than service providers, which was interesting. And so again, for Real People, Real Stories, this just shows you know, how it was good for both clients and learners and service providers, and but higher even more so for clients and learners. And increased understanding of LBS or adult upgrading and how it supports client and learner goals. It's pretty much the same result as the previous one about increasing awareness, where yes, it did, and especially for learners clients. So it did for service providers, but especially for the clients. So that was interesting. And again, this is a visual representation of it showing the increased understanding, so very positive for both. And the enhanced connections and referral pathways between ministry programs. So 88% were reporting that it either enhanced it to a great extent or a moderate extent. And this is a visual representation of the extent to which it was enhanced. And this is what service providers said they'll do differently: increase referrals and use of referral forms, show the videos and share the information with their clients and service providers, and work with clients in a more understanding manner, which was very positive. Some said there would be no change, and some of those they may already be aware and doing good things already. Okay, and this is in our report. We used a few of the quotes that were good statements that showed, you know, yes, I got it. I understood the message from the video. This is about skills upgrading and not about illiteracy. This is about achieving viable employment with the future. Like the emphasis on collaborative planning between learner and agency. It's an effective tool to show staff and clients the benefits of these services and what they can expect when linking to these services. And the video demonstrates that when we all work together, that new life journeys can begin. I really like that one. I just thought that was so positive. And the most significant learning message taken from the videos, now these are themed together, so the top themes from service providers was that it's a message of hope, encouragement, and success. Programs are no cost, no risk free. Programming is individualized, supportive, accommodating of individual circumstances, not like high school. The positive impact that literacy and upgrading can have for clients, appreciation for client situation and circumstances, you know, the fact that they're hearing from real people, real stories, feeling of validation for the work done by service providers and the value of support. And I think some of that was perhaps from some of the feedback from LBS programs, more knowledgeable about services available. So client learners reported similar learnings and key messages achieved as a result of watching the video. That adult upgrading can help you achieve your goals, help you move toward a career. It can result in great things happening and you can achieve a better life. Feeling encouraged and hopeful that anyone can do it, I can do it, that it's never too late, don't give up. There is help out there, programs are available, it's free. And very importantly, that upgrading education is important. So helping to see the value of it ultimately, which is very good. So I guess we're already at that point of some recommendations. So as a result of the project, the feedback was very positive. So just encouraging people to use the Learning to Earning videos with service providers, clients in the community, and seems to work really well if it's used in the context of a presentation, and then you can talk about your own programs in your you know, area, or your own program if you're talking specifically about yours or programs in your area. Refer to the final report from the project for an outline of the process. Develop your own high quality relevant videos for the field. Have real people tell their stories and how the program impacted them. Work with key partners or stakeholders in the development of the videos. And of course, experienced filmmakers and contractors do make a big difference. And we're already at that point for some questions and also sharing. If you wanted to share information about some videos that you've developed and some of the things that worked well in your area.
Andrea, I'm going to jump in with a question for you and for the rest of our audience. Have any of you come across Vines? They are extremely brief videos. They're 6 seconds. I wondered if any of you have come across any that would pertain to LBS, or any ideas about whether you could even work on something that short and find it effective. Maybe I'm way out there, but just thought I'd throw out that question.
Well, the one thing that we found that was really interesting is I was really excited about the music video that we did, with little clips showing people in learning situations, and then it goes to little clips from people in employment situations. And the LBS programs loved it too, because they already understood what LBS was about, and so they could appreciate and understand it. But for someone who wasn't in the field, watching the music video without explaining what was going on in these fast clips of images, it didn't really have the same impact. They didn't really understand what it was about or what the messaging is. And I thought, well, isn't that interesting? And I was so glad I had that feedback before I used the 30-second video for our Cineplex, because I was so excited about it and I thought it was so cool. I wanted to use it at the Cineplex, but then looking at the evaluations that and the feedback we had already had, people got more out of Stefan's story and hearing from him and hearing his story for the 30-second one. So we thought, well, we would use that. So I think it'd be tricky to have something in just 6 seconds, because people might not understand what LBS in such a short period. I know my son, he's 17, and he loves watching that sort of thing, short vines. So it's very popular with youth, it's true, but it would be tricky and hard to get a message across in 6 seconds. I don't know, maybe others have had some experience and have some ideas.
Thanks, Andrea. Great answer, and important message to remember, that if people don't understand it, it's not going to achieve what we're hoping for the target audience. So that was my question. I hope that perhaps there's some other questions and comments for Andrea this morning while we're together. Just a reminder, again, you can use your text chat, or if you would like to, you can click on the raised hand icon and I can give you a microphone so you can speak to us. I guess this is where we hum the Jeopardy music, Andrea, and if we don't get any questions in a few moments, maybe we'll understand. Friday morning at the end of another busy week in the fall is pretty challenging for everyone, and we sure appreciate everyone's participation and attention, but you may have given everyone everything they need this morning, Andrea.
Thanks, Sarah. If there's anyone who wanted to talk about their use of videos, if that has worked for you. I see someone is saying they'd not thought about using videos and might just consider it now, so that's terrific. Thanks, Lynn.
I wonder, Sarah Gill, if you would like to say anything more about your experience in ABEA. Would it be too much to ask you if you have any comments? Could you click on the yes or no and let us know if you're willing? I'll give you the mic. Okay, let's do that. So Sarah, if you click on that microphone icon, you should be able to tell us.
Hi, thank you for letting me do a little PSA about our project. So we had just a quick reminder that on the Learning Networks of Ontario website, we've rejigged a lot of the publications and resources, so it's a little bit easier to find things. So we actually have a marketing section now, which of course highlights the work done by Tri-County. So, I absolutely encourage you to access it through there. we had the opportunity to actually do some linking right from our ABEA website to these videos, because we thought that they were really poignant and moving, and so we actually used them as a marketing tool right from our website. In terms of the videos that we created, we had 5 employment videos, so we did a lot of the same steps. It's really nice to see those best practices. It's kind of like a pat on our back, like that we were doing kind of the same thing. We had youth focus groups and we had advisory committee, and we worked with a video company that we had worked with before and had a good relationship with. So essentially what we wanted to do with that is really highlight the key essential skills for different positions. So we did, and you're putting me on the spot, so I'm not sure if I'll get all 5 right off the bat, but we had baker and we had light duty cleaner, we had a daycare provider or ECE. So there's a number of them that we did some labor market research with our partner, Workforce Planning Hamilton, our local board, to really try to identify what positions would be kind of up and coming for youth, good opportunities, lots of jobs available in our region. So we found that we had some really good feedback. The one thing we did in addition to the videos was create a lot of different marketing materials, rack cards and posters and stuff like that, along with the media releases that Andrea was talking about. The one super cool thing that that we didn't take advantage of or even think of was trying to put it in the movie theater. So good on you, Andrea. That is super cool.
Thanks, Sarah, for coming up so well after being put on the spot. Thank you. And Andrea, I'm sure you'll want to respond to Allison's question in the text chat about the budget for professional video production.
Thanks, Sarah Gill, for the information about what's happening in your area, and I'm glad it's worked so well, and that's a super idea that you consulted with your local board and also your marketing materials to go along with your videos. I think if it's done in a context with other resources, that strengthens it even more, so that's great. And perhaps Allison I could connect with directly, just because I don't really feel comfortable sharing what the budget was, just for the video person and that sort of thing. So we could discuss that by email maybe.
Thanks, Andrea. And I don't know if anyone has any experience in terms of like general or generic budgeting that might be of interest to the group, not the specific project costs here, but if anyone has any comments on that, perhaps it would be helpful. Yeah, I see that we've got some links to a couple of other great resources here in Allison's text chat, the St. Lawrence College's video for career college prep, and we've got Sarah's link for Our Choice, Your Future videos. So all sorts of great marketing tools being put out there by a number of networks and organizations to learn from. Any final comments, Andrea?
Thanks, Sarah. At the very end of the presentation, I just have the link there to check out all the videos, and I think when you click out you will actually go to the link to all the videos, so you can see all 4 of them, and let us know if you'd like links to each of the videos for sharing them on social networks, direct messages, or for embedding the videos into your website. We do have links specifically for that I'm more than happy to share with you, and the idea is that people can use them widely. And at the end of the videos, it does give a link to Learning Networks of Ontario, so no matter where people are in Ontario, they can go to that homepage and look on the map there and see what programs are in their area. And the final report is also available on our website under projects at our website. So thank you very much, everyone, and I hope that you found the workshop helpful. And I do have my email in the text chat, so if anyone wanted to talk to me further, feel free to just send me off an email.
Thanks again, Andrea, for giving so generously of your time in preparing this presentation and for being with us this morning. On behalf of the online community of practice, I'd really like to thank you, and I thank you, our participants, for taking the time to join us this morning and for your thoughtful questions and sharing of resources here. I want to remind you that this recording will remain available for you and any of your colleagues who perhaps had registered but weren't able to join us this morning. And I will be following up shortly with the evaluation link and with the presentation itself from Andrea, and I'll copy Andrea so you will have Andrea's contact information. So I wish you all a fabulous weekend, and I invite you to think about joining us the first Friday morning in December, December 4th, for our next webinar in the series. Wendy Stanion is going to be presenting on mental health strategies for practitioners in the classroom. So I hope you'll keep that one in mind, and we look forward to working with you again soon. Thanks, everyone. You can exit by clicking on Exit in the upper right-hand corner. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Sarah.
My pleasure, Andrea.